Okay, so we'll deal with the microbiota first. The microbiota is an interesting thing. It's a hot topic.
Yeah.
Everyone talks about it. Everyone is having their prebiotics, their probiotics. And people often ask me, is microbiotic science, the study of the microbiome, good science or bad science? I think it's new science, and I think part of the reason is we are still learning why it differ, how and why it differs between you, between me, between someone like me living in China versus someone like me living here. I'll tell you what we do know. What we do know is that your microbiome is absolutely critical for your health. That's the first thing. Okay. So, in other words, in order to be healthy, you need to have a healthy microbiome. And this tends to mean a varied microbiome. So the more varied your microbiome, the healthier you tend to be. That's the first thing. The second thing, however, is that it is a good reflection of your health and also a good reflection of the environment you're living in, including what you are eating. Okay, so this is incontrovertible fact, and that it also plays a big role in handling and metabolizing our food. How can it not? Because our food hits them first before it actually enters us. The controversy, which I'll point out, because I do think there are people who overstate the
Yeah.
the significance of the microbiome, is whether or not it causes, does it somebody start again, whether or not it causes, does it actually drive disease? And now that we don't know. Now, in mice studies, because that's when you can actually, modulate the microbiome, perhaps there is some inkling that this may be the case. I think in humans, there is little to no evidence that changing your microbiome can change your phenotype, can actually make you skinnier. However, it is undoubtedly true that you need to have a healthy and varied microbiome to be healthy.
Yeah. Do you think I see what you're saying there, and I kind of wonder as well that a lot of social media in the last couple of years has talked about the importance of microbiome and how to improve it. As you say, means more variety. That means things like increasing your plant sources and whether that be fruit, vegetables, nuts, seeds, herbs, spices, all of those are equally as good. But actually, what we know as nutritionists, isn't it, that all of those things are all really good sources of fiber, and the fiber is the thing that kind of fills you as well. So maybe it's actually that people are becoming a healthier weight, not because of maybe the microbiome, but maybe it's just because they're eating less other foods because the fiber is taking up a bigger part of their digestive system.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Absolutely, exactly. Because obviously, if you suddenly lose weight and you lose weight because you've improved your diet, which tends to include more plants, suddenly your microbiome is better. And then the people, not everyone, but some people make the mistake when they actually didn't say, well, here's skinny people, here's their microbiome. They says, ooh, well, now we can take the bugs from skinny people and do a transfusion, not making the word up. Incidentally, if you actually purify said bugs and then put into a and then put it in the other way into a capsule. They're called crapsules. Once again, I'm not making this up. They are. You can look it up. But they have been clinical trials actually of taking
Yeah.
bugs from skinny people, both directions.
Ooh.
There has been no evidence for any of this working for food intake. Transfusions have worked when you actually have a gut infection. So, for example, if your gut is infected by a bug called C. difficile, this is
Yeah.
terrible. It's a terrible thing. And so, the way that you do treat something like C. difficile is you take high, really powerful antibiotics to, in effect, wipe out the gut microbiome, and you then plant
Yeah,
bugs,
insert. Yeah.
insert the other direction, and that is a curative condition. But that's different, right? That's
Yeah,
different
yeah, yeah.
because the cause of the disease is the bug. So the whole tenor of discussion around microbiome and health, I think, needs to be toned down. I think no one is saying that it is not important, but I think too many
Yeah.
people are saying that it is overly important, and I think we need to kind of tack a
Yeah.
more nuanced line about the role of the microbiome.
Yeah, kind